Yes, hello, teacher.
Okay, so can you please tell me, okay, what did you do today? What did you do today?
Today I went to school and learned like every day.
And what did you learn today? Can you please tell me, what did you learn today?
I'm learning English, math. Yeah.
hmm Okay, English and math. Okay, very nice. And can you please tell me, okay, what will you learn tomorrow? Do you have any plans for tomorrow? What will you do tomorrow?
No, tomorrow I will. No, I don't have any plan
Okay,
tomorrow.
what would you like to do? What would you like to do tomorrow? What is
Mm,
something that you would like to do tomorrow?
if I not if I'm not lazy, I will go to a shop near my house and buy something about Christmas to decorate my house.
Decorate your house. Okay, very nice. Okay, so we will start. We have here a really nice and interesting lesson. Now, can you please tell me, can you see my screen? Can you see my screen?
Yes.
Okay, so what can you see here in this screen? What can you see it? Can you please tell me? What is something that you can see here?
A big white house.
Okay, and do you know where is this a big white house? Do you know?
No, I don't know.
What do you think? Okay, easy to say. I want you to think a little bit. Okay, so what do you think? Where is this big white house?
In England,
Mhm. In USA. Okay, so this White House is in USA. USA.
USA.
Say, okay, would you like to visit this White House?
What is his house about?
This
It's a
house, it is a house about where, for example, President of the United States live. Okay,
um,
this is
mm,
his residence. Okay, so this is the place where okay, so we have here, for example, presidents of United States live here. So would you like, for example, to go there to live in this house? Can you please tell me, would you like to do that?
it's like yeah. It's have a lot of room. It's have my room and yeah. I want to come there, but I don't want to live there because it's so big.
hmm Okay, and can you describe your house? Okay, what rooms and what is something that you can do interesting in your house? Can you describe your house?
I live in an apartment, so I can't make noise. So I can't play sport. I just like can eat, play games in room or study. Like activities don't making lotion.
Okay, and what activities, for example, you like to do in your home that are not who are not making noise? What activities you can do? Can you do some activities? What activities you can do, for example, in your home?
I can play some games or cooking.
Mm-hmm. Okay, cooking. Okay, very nice. And what other activities you can do? Okay, can you play? What games can you play, for example, in your home, in your house? Can you please tell me what games can you play?
Uh, I play Rise of Kingdom.
Because
It's because it's a game need. It's a game to use. Uh, like to have a plans a long plans to play like we need to use smart we need to use brain for playing.
Okay, so you need to use brain for this game. Very nice. Now let's take a look. Okay, now can you please read this first part? Can you please read this first part here? Can you please read this text for us?
In 1789 George Washington became a first president in the United States. 2 years later he chose this place to build the president's house. Unfortunately, Washington died before the house was ready. So the first person to live there was the second president, John Adams. He moved to the house with his wife Abigail in 18.
18th, okay.
Since then, every president has lived there.
Mhm. Okay, so since then, every president lives there. Okay, and what do you think about this? The president live in this house. What is your opinion about, for example, if the president lives in this house? What do you think about this? Do you think
Because
that?
he is a big character in the world,
Mhm.
no, in the country. So he, of course, he's live in a big house.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is something. Okay, and is it important, for example, for president to live in this big house? What do you think? Is this important, for example, for some president to live in this big house? What do you think?
No, it's like I think it's not very important. If the president like to live in the house like every people, he can. But the president live in the big house is just um like shows his like
Mhm.
shows his how he is big in how is his big character.
Mhm. Okay. Now, and what do you think about people who are living in big houses? So, what is your opinion about the people who are living in big houses? Do you think this is good or this is bad? What do you think
This
about?
is good because they will have a function good in the house and yeah, it's good. It is good.
Mhm. Okay, so this is something that can be good. Okay, and what can be bad about living in the house, in the big house? What is something that can be bad about living in a big house? What do you think?
We need to have money to live in a big house. If we don't have enough money, we can't like live in this house. If we rent the big house, we need to have money. Or if we live alone, or if we live alone, or we is not a big character, we don't need to live in a big house like this.
Mhm.
It's like very lonely,
Mhm. It's very what?
lonely.
Okay, people can be really lonely. Okay, very nice. And okay, and what other things people can do? For example, if they don't want to be lonely. Okay, so what other things people can do if they don't want to be lonely?
Making friends or making some or making some people in a company.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so this is something that people usually can do. Okay, if they don't feel lonely. Okay, very nice. Now, can you please read this part of the text?
Over the years, there have been many changes. The British set fire to the house in 1814 during a war between the two countries. 3 years, 3 years later, President Monroe organized the repairs. In 1901, President Roosevelt named the house the White House, and the next year he started a program to modernize it. This includes building in a new part of the house, the West Wing. Wing. In 1909, William Taft the Oval Office in the West Wing, and this has been the president's office since then.
Mhm. Okay, so it has president office since then. Okay, so what do you think about okay, for a president to have an office like this? Okay, so what is your opinion about this? Okay, when they have a okay office like this, do you think this is good? Do you think this is bad? What do you think?
Mm.
So what is something that you think about this topic?
It says like more, more good, more better than the people. Then we call it is the house because the president we is have a lot of people behind the president. So it says like it is good when we call it the residence office because we need to have a meeting
Mhm.
or we can do something about the country, participate about the country in yeah, and if it's this a house, the people don't need to live there because we can live in just a bit more than this,
Mhm.
but
Smaller.
smaller than this a bit.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Smaller than B. Okay, a little bit. Okay, very nice. And okay, and what do you think, for example, in which country, okay, you would like to live in? Is there any country, for example, that you would like to live in? Which
I
country?
um no, I just like to live in Vietnam. But if I need a good work, a good job, I need to go to another country because
Mm-hmm.
another country I think my father said is make more like more making more money than in Vietnam.
Mm-hmm. Making more money. Okay, and okay, and if you want to choose, I know that you would like to go to see Germany, but what do you think about moving back, moving, for example, to USA, to Canada? Would you like to visit these countries? If you want, would you like to visit these countries? Can you please tell me?
Mm. No, I'm not interested in Canada because no, I'm just like to visit no working in Germany or
Mm-hmm.
United no or England.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very nice. And why? Can you please tell me why?
I don't know what like is because I learned English and Germany here in Monta, so it's like more easier to go to the country that we learn that language.
Okay, that will learn this language. Okay, very nice. Now, let's see. Okay, and can you please read the last part? Can you please read this part?
The White House has 132 rooms, 35 bathrooms, 8 staircases, 3 lifts, a swimming pool, a tennis court, a jogging track, and a private cinema. It receives 30,000 visitors a week. While it is the home of the U.S. president and his or her family, the White House is also a museum of American history.
Okay, so can you please tell me, do you like history as a subject? What do you think about history?
I don't like history, but I need to looking for the information.
hmm Okay, and why you don't like history? Why?
It's very boring. I don't need to like. I don't very need to like know the information about in the past.
Okay, and what do you think about other subjects? What subjects, for example, are not boring for you? Are there any subjects that are not boring for you? Can you please tell me?
Not boring to me is mm, I think is PSCD and English.
Okay, and why? Why do you think so? Why?
PSCD because the teacher is like can like the teacher is have a lot of game for us for my class to playing for playing and English the teacher like is very gentle and funny.
hmm Okay, and how often do you learn these subjects that you mentioned? Do you like
English
to learn?
English I learn every day, but PSCD I only have 2 lessons on Monday.
Okay, very nice. And what do you think about other languages? Okay, I want to ask you, what other languages are hard for you? Do you have some other languages that are hard for you?
Yeah,
Uh,
it's Germany.
German language. German language. Okay, can you say
German
German
is
language
German language.
is hard. It's hard for
It's
me.
for me.
Okay, and why? Why do you think so? Why do you think, for example, the German language is hard for you? Why?
It's make me have get a headache.
Okay. Now, and can you please tell me? Okay, so this is something about your subjects. Okay, and what do you think about moving? We spoke here about some certain activities. That what other activities can you do? Okay, so what other activities are popular to do? For example, in your country, can you please tell me what other activities are popular in your country?
Popular in my country is English.
Okay, and why? Why do you think so?
Like English because English is the like I think it's the first no yeah it's first language that is popular in the world.
Okay. English. Okay, very nice. And do you find, for example, what else can be interesting for you to learn? Is there any other subject that is interesting for you to learn about? Okay, you mentioned English, and what other subjects are interesting to learn about? What do you think?
It's Germany. It's German language.
Mm,
It's
okay.
interesting for me.
Because why? Because
It's make me headaches, but like I do it's very interesting because the sounds of like the language, the Germany language sounds is like very nice, and it's the part of my life because in the future I want to go to Germany.
to go to Germany. Okay, so you want to go to Germany. Okay, very nice. And what other places would you like to visit? Okay, are there any other places that you would like to visit besides Germany? Would you
I
like to
like
visit?
to visit France. I like to travel there with my family and my like grandmother at in Vietnam
Because why? Because
because go with a lot of people is more happy.
mhm, make me
It
feel
makes me feel happy.
happy. Okay, very nice. And what is something that when do you not feel so happy? Can you please tell me? Is there any time that you're not feeling so happy?
When I have a bad grade,
Mm-hmm. Okay, because why? Because
cause 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 everyone when you have a bad grade is very sad because the grade is show us show us how we are good in what subject.
Okay, so this is okay now. Really nice. Now let's see. We have here the question number one. Can you please read the question number one and give us your answer? Can you please read this here, the question number one, and give us your answer?
Who decided where to build the White House?
Okay, so who decided to build the White House? What do you think?
I forgot.
Okay, you have here in the text. It's easy to find. Okay, now let's find it. I
Uh,
forgot. How you can forget something that you read, for example, 10 minutes ago? How you can forget this? How can you forget something like this? Okay, so we read this text about American presidents and every and other things, but how can you forget something that you read about 10 minutes ago?
like
How?
it's have a lot of name.
Yes, but how? Okay, this text. Okay, yes, it has a lot of names, but how you manage to forget this? Okay, these are important information. We spoke about White House, and you forgot what happened. The most important thing here that you forget. How is this possible? You need to be more focused. Okay, who was here? Okay, read this text. You have here in this text.
George Washington is
George
George
Washington.
Washington is built the White House.
Okay, George Washington built the White House. Okay, so he was the person who built the White House. Okay, question number 2. Can you please read the question number 2?
Who was the first president to live in the White House? It's uh, it's John and no, it's George Washington.
Okay, he's not. Unfortunately, he died because was ready. George Washington
John
wasn't
Adams. John
uh,
Adams is the first president to live there.
to live there. Okay, so he was the first president who lived there in this particular house. He was the first president. Okay, now let's talk about other things. Okay, so we have here the question number 3. Can you please read the question number 3?
When did people start calling it the White House?
So when do people start calling this White House? When?
Uh, in 1901, the President Roosevelt named the house the White House. And the
Okay.
next year, yeah.
Okay. Next one. Can you please read the next one?
How long has the Oval Office been the president's office?
How long?
The how long?
For how
Here,
long?
New host the Western. It's from 1901 to 1909.
Okay. It was named. Okay. Now, next one.
How many what sports facilities has the White House got? Swimming, swimming, and tennis, and a shocking track.
Okay.
Free sport.
Okay. And can you please tell me which of these sports would you like to play? Which of these sports are interesting for you to play?
It's swimming. It's oh no, it's tennis. Like it's like badminton, but the like the tool is more heavy and the ball is circle and it's bigger.
Okay, very nice. Okay, and can you please tell me? Okay, we have here the question number 6. Can you please read the question number 6?
How many people visit the White House each week? 30,000 visitors.
Visit.
This visit a week.
Mhm. Okay, so they visit this place. A lot of people visit this place. Okay, and what do you think? Why people want to visit this place? Okay, so why? For example, people want to go to the White House. What is the reason?
It makes them interesting because it's very big and it's the house of presidents.
Okay.
Everyone like is the fan of presidents, so they want to visit it.
Okay, so they want to go to visit. Okay, to visit this particular place. Okay, very nice. And would you like, for example, someday, for example, when you read all of these things that we are mentioned here, would you like to visit this place? Would you like to go to visit this place?
Yes, but with my family because to go alone is can make me funny, happy.
Mhm. Okay, now let's see. Okay, now we have here this room. Okay, can you please tell me what can you see here in these rooms? Can you please tell me what can you see it?
A room with seven things: a window,
Mm,
a picture, a walls. It's like a living room
mhm,
for a president, I
mm.
think. Because yeah,
And
it's
what would you like, for example, if you can, what would you like to change in this room? Okay, so we have here certain things. We have ceiling, clock, fireplace, painting, statue, wall, window. Would you like to change something in this room?
no, because the decorate is good for like the house of residence or
Decor
the house, yeah, of the house.
Decoration is good. And okay, and how would you decorate, for example, if you can, how would you decorate your room? Would you like to try to do something to decorate your room?
I will don't decorate some things. Number four, and I put the TV there
Okay, and why? Why do you want to put these things in your house? Why?
because like we can watch TV in the living room while we are eating or we are play cards or we are doing something. And I think like something number four is I don't need it. I don't need it because uh I have a heater.
Mhm. Okay, now let's see. Okay, so this is okay a room that we can work. Okay, now can you please? Okay, we have here okay your house and your room. Okay, can you what one more time? Can you try to deck? Can you explain what do you have, for example, in your room? What is something that you are having in your room? Is there anything special that you have in your own room?
Uh, it's not special. It's only have a long like it's only have uh, uh only have a long like lobby.
And what else do you have there? Yes, lobby. What else do you have there? Okay, is there anything else that you have there, for example, in your house? Is there
It's
any?
um a three room in the left side of the lobby.
Okay, and what rooms are there? Can you please tell
It's
me?
the bedroom for my family.
Okay, and would you like to have, for example, more rooms in your home? Would you like to
No,
have?
no, no, because my family only have four people, so it's enough for three bedrooms and one living rooms, two toilets.
Mhm, okay. Now let's see. Okay, so we have here working in pairs. Imagine you build a dream house. Read the question and discuss your own ideas. Okay, now let's try to read this question and give me your ideas. Can you please give me
Where's where's is
your,
it?
okay, your house, where is it? Okay, so where would you like to have your house? In which place would you like to have your house?
In the capital city because it's have all of things there. So I don't need to go for a 40 minutes by bus to buy something there and come back home with 40 minutes.
Mhm. Okay, now let's see. Okay, the next one. Can you please read the next one?
How many rooms has it got? Uh, just have six rooms, or is enough for four members in family.
For members in your family. Okay. Now, and what different rooms has it got? Okay, so what rooms, for example, are there in your ideal house, in your dream house? What rooms would you like?
Yeah, three bedrooms for me, for my sister, and my parents.
Mhm.
And one living rooms for and the kitchen and a dinner table near together,
Mhm.
and two toilets near the living room.
Mhm. Okay, and we have here what okay, what do the rooms contain? What do the rooms have? For example, what do you have in your live in your bedroom? Okay, so can you please tell me what is something that you can have in your bedroom?
Uh, Three bedrooms in my house is only have a bed and a table.
Mhm.
But my sister rooms is have two small beds, and it's smaller, the like but it's decorates more better than my room and my parents.
Mhm. Okay. Yes. Okay. So this is something that okay you can have, for example, in your own rooms. Okay. Now, can you please tell me, okay, what other things, for example, do you have in your living room? Okay. Can you describe your living room? What do you have in your living room?
I have a, a sofa and a TV in front of it,
Mm-hmm.
and the kitchen near the TV and the dinner table.
Okay. And what would you like to change, for example, in your living room? Is there anything that you would like to change, for example, in your living room? Is there any things that, for example, you can change it?
I will change a big sofa than before.
Okay. And why? Why do you want to change these things? Why?
So that my family can sit there together, because like we can just sit enough three people,
Mm-hmm.
and one people is sit on the dinner table.
Okay. Now, find out about the famous state buildings. Are there any famous state buildings, for example, in your country? Is there anything, or for example, in Vietnam, some famous state buildings in Vietnam?
Yeah, it's have one building. It's like residence buildings here.
Hmm. Okay, and what is this buildings famous about? Okay, what is something that is interesting about this building? Can you please tell me what is something that is interesting about this building?
Um, I never visit there, so I just like saw on the TV, and they like take a video outside their house.
Mhm. Take a video. Okay. And what would you suggest me? Okay, for example, if I want to visit Vietnam, what would you suggest me to see in Vietnam? Okay, if I want to come to Vietnam, so what would you suggest me to see in Vietnam if I come to Vietnam?
Yeah, you can like you you go to the house of presidents, and 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 the big tomb of the presidents.
Mhm.
It's a famous place to visit
Mm.
to other visitors to come there.
Mhm. Okay, it's a famous place. And what other places are famous, for example, in your in your city or in your country? What other okay cities? What other things that I can see, for example, in your in cities and for example in your country? What is something that, for example, I can see in Hanoi? I can see in some other parts of the country. Can you please tell me what can I see it?
You can uh you can see uh like a city in the south.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a city with a big mm, rivers. It
Mm-hmm.
have some big rocks. It's like big rocks, and it's on the
Mm-hmm.
it's have a big rocks, and it's on the water surface.
Mm-hmm. Water surface. Okay. Okay. Yes, I think that I understand what you want to say. Okay. Now, and how about, can you please tell me, how about other countries? Okay. Is there, for example, in Ho Chi Minh City, if I want to come to Ho Chi Minh City, what can I see, for example, in Ho Chi Minh City? If I if I go, what is something interesting to see in Ho Chi Minh City?
Uh, you can go to a museum of the city in Saigon.
Mhm. Because what can I see there?
Uh, mm, I never go there. I just heard about it, but like it's have I think it's have a lot of things about Vietnam.
Mhm. Okay, and what is something interesting to see, for example, in on Malta? If you want to come to on Malta, what is something interesting to see on Malta?
One time you can go to Valletta, it's the capital city, and
Hmm.
or go to a cinema because it's like have many shops, many restaurants. It's like have more than Valletta.
Hmm. Okay, and yes, and are there any monuments, something that is related to, for example, to history? Is there anything special to see about history on Malta?
Uh, um, I don't I don't know a lot about history in Malta. The teacher like us teach us about Viking.
Hmm. Okay.
They see this, like I don't have a lesson but Malta until
Mhm.
now.
Okay. And what do you think about these stories that you mentioned about Vikings? Okay, so what is your opinion about Viking stories? Okay, so you heard about some stories about Vikings. Okay, so what do you think about these stories? Okay, so what is your opinion about all of these stories that are mentioned here?
Uh, it's like a pirate or
No,
someone.
no, no. I asked you, what do you think about this? I know that.
Uh, yeah, someone. No. They. I think there's bad people, or yeah,
Mhm.
and because they kill a lot of people, I don't know the other people. What did they do, or what did they do with them? Because they kill them with with no feeling, no emotions.
Mhm. Okay, okay, so there are no emotions. Okay, when they used to when they used to do something like this. Okay, now and we have here. Okay, about a city where you live. Okay, right now in Malta. Okay, in which city do you live right now in Malta? Can you please tell
I,
me?
I live in Fura.
Hmm. Okay, and what is interesting to see there? Okay, if you go to see there, what is interesting to see in this place?
It's a very small place. It's like a small town, and it also have a shop, restaurant, but it's like It's not even have a shop about in another country. It's like a small town, a village. No, it's not village, but it's very small.
It is really beautiful. Okay, and what activities, for example, you can do? Okay, is this something that is really close to your? Can you please tell me? Is this something that is close to your city? Is this something that is close to your, for example? Okay, can you please tell me? So, what do you think about this? What can be interesting to do there in your city?
In my city, I think the most interesting things is school
Okay, and why did you choose school? Why?
because the school is have friends is have a lot of events about sport, about things, about music, Christmas, anything. But and without school, there's no interesting things. But you can go to shops for buy some tools, whatever you need. But
Mhm.
it's not good than in capital city.
Okay, and why do you think so?
It's and because like Malta is like a fish, and my town I'm living here is just a eyes of the fish.
Mhm. Okay. Now, and what other, okay, you mentioned here some activities. What other cities are interesting to visit on Malta? Are there any other cities that are interesting to visit on Malta? Can you please tell me? What other cities can be really interesting? If you want to go to Malta, okay, what other cities you can visit? Okay, so you mentioned a couple of cities. Okay, so what other cities are interesting to visit on Malta?
Mm, is a Bushiba because
Okay.
it have a beach for people for swimming there.
Mm-hmm.
Or you can go to another island, small island than Malta is Gozo. It's it's have a very beautiful sea.
Mm-hmm. Okay, very beautiful city. Okay. And what other cities, for example, in the future would you like to visit? Okay, now you're on Malta. What other cities would you like to visit on Malta? Would you like to visit some other cities from Malta?
Uh, no, because like I almost visit all of the city in Malta. Almost.
Almost. Okay. And which city is the most attractive for you? Okay, so you have here several cities. Okay, so which city here is the most attractive for you that you have been visited so far?
It's Slima
Mm-hmm.
because there is also have a beach, a beautiful beach, and a lot of shops, a lot of coffee shops for talking, and restaurants, very good restaurants. Yeah, and it's have a hotel with a swimming pool, a massage, a spa. Yeah, massage room, a lot of things.
Mm-hmm. Okay, a lot of things that can help you. Okay, so we will stop here. Okay, now can you please tell me, do you have any questions for me about today's class? Do you have any
Oh,
questions? No? Okay. Now I have to go and see you on Wednesday, okay?
see you. Goodbye.
Bye bye.
Goodbye.